Um, so let's start with data link layer. Data link layer is the second layer in our TCP protocol stack. And this link layer is just responsible for controlling how we actually access our medium that is the physical layer. So how links, or these links you can see here, which are wired links in this diagram, how links can be accessed, how data frames are sent across the links. And because these links are error prone, if we can do things like error correction. So all of these are the responsibilities of link layer. So there are three basic functions: framing the actual data frames, and then error correction and detection, and then how links are accessed. So generally links are shared mediums, especially if you're using wireless mediums. So Wi-Fi uses the wireless medium, which is a shared medium. And because mediums are shared, if many people try to talk through the same medium, there can be collisions. That is, data packets can get jumbled up. So you need to have protocols to moderate the usage of these mediums, which is why we have link access or media access or multiple access protocols, so that every host has a chance to access the medium, and some host cannot monopolize the medium, etc. The second function is error detection and correction. So where are these errors coming from? These errors are coming obviously from the medium or the link in between. Links are generally error prone, and that's where errors can originate, especially if data is traveling very far, even on a wireless or wired links. If data travels very far, there can be errors due to signal attenuation. Attenuation means weakening of signal. So suppose you sent a 1, or suppose your signal was at this level when you sent it. As it travels through the wire, the signal will weaken, and it will weaken to a smaller level. So if it falls below a threshold, it will no longer be detected as a 1. It might be detected as a 0. So this is an error. And we need to identify these errors that may originate from signal attenuation or external noise. And to do that, there are things like parity bits. So parity bits are generally XORs of your data bits. So if you XOR all of these bits, XOR is exclusive OR. So if I XOR 1 and 0, I'll get a 1. If I XOR 0 or 0, I'll get a 0. If I XOR 1 or 1, I'll get a 0. So exclusive OR, that means if two bits are different, then the output will be 1 of their XOR. So there are things like parity bits that keep track of all of this. So you you add a parity bit or an EDC bit before you send data through your link. And when that data is received, the receiver will now look at the EDC link, EDC bit, and try to see if the XOR of the packet that it has received really does matches the EDC that you have sent. That is the parity bit that you have sent. So if all bits in your packet are okay, then they'll be forwarded to the network layer in the receiver. So this is the receiver side, and this is the sender side. So this is error detection, and correction is also possible using parity bits if you want, but all of this is too much detail that we don't need to go in. And the main function obviously is framing, that is, form the frame of whatever data you have. So the data payload that we get, that the link layer gets, will obviously be from network layer. So data is traveling this way. The network layer's data along with the header will be the payload for link layer. But because there are different kinds of mediums, such as Wi-Fi or Ethernet cables, etc., there are different kinds of headers that can be attached. So every NIC will deal with a different kind of header. So suppose there's an NIC that deals with Ethernet. So it'll attach these kinds of headers and trailers to your data. And suppose there's an NIC that deals with Wi-Fi. So it'll attach these kinds of headers and trailers. So unlike before, where we only had headers attached at every layer, at the link layer, there is a trailer getting attached to. That is, after the payload, there are some bits attached. So CRC bits or EDC bits, error detection and correction bits, and then interframe gap, which is to signify that this frame has ended and after this the next frame will start, because frames are sent as bit streams. So this is the function of link layer. It will form this frame. So it will get the datagram from network layer and then form a frame by adding the headers and trailers. And what kind of header and trailer it will add will depend on the format. So if you're connected via Ethernet, your headers will be like this. If you're connected via Wi-Fi, your headers will be like this. So this is the function of framing. And as the sender, it'll add a frame. It'll form a frame and then send it over to the physical link. And as a receiver, it'll get that frame from the physical link and then examine it. So the important thing here is link layer protocols are implemented in hardware. So they're implemented in an actual network adapter that is inside your device. So unlike these protocols, application layer, transport layer, network layer, much of these protocols is implemented in software. But link layer, at least most of link layer, is implemented in hardware. Because not only do you have to form these frames, that is these frames, after these frames are formed, you have to actually convert the bits to, say, wireless signals or electrical fluctuations to be able to send them across the actual physical network. So that is why we need an actual hardware, because now we are trying to send data. We have formed all of these, we have received all of this data from the layers above. We have formed an entire frame with that data. Now we'll convert that data to a signal and send it across our physical link. The kind of signal we will convert it to will depend on what our physical medium is. Is it wired? Is it wireless? Etc. So all of this stuff is done by what we call a network adapter or network interface card called an NIC. And as I mentioned before, every NIC has a MAC address. So this is what our frame looks like at the link layer. So you have frame headers and then you have frame trailers. And obviously the frame data that you get will be from the IP layer. So that data will have IP header and this data can be further broken down into transport layer header and data, and then so on. So you have your main data, frame data, header, and trailer. So that's what you have. And in headers, because I said that network interface cards have a MAC address or have an address, we will add that address in our frame header, in some bits in our frame header. And of course, there'll be other stuff in the frame header too. And then there'll be frame trailers, which will have error detection and some bits to indicate that this frame has ended and now the next frame will start. So all of this encapsulation and decapsulation is also done by the network interface card, which is also called the network adapter.